So I'm jonesing to talk some baseball, and a story that caught my attention. I was going to rant about this a while back, but it's gotten even worse now. A team that has one of the top records in the sport. In fact, there are only 3 teams that are ahead of them in the overall Major League Baseball standings. The Dodgers. But they got issues. They have issues at Chavez Ravine, so that's where we're going to go. Now, random June baseball, not normally the topic of conversation in sports talk radio for good reason. The Dodgers playing the Cleveland baseball team that used to be called the Indians on that random June weekend. And the team formerly known as the Indians would come back in the 9th inning and end up eventually beating the Dodgers in a random Sunday getaway game situation. You say, well, why would you obsess about a game here? Because, well, let me explain. The game is a giveaway, a dead giveaway of a bigger problem. You see, the team from Cleveland able to come back in the 9th inning and end up getting a 5-3 win, couple of no-names in that 9th inning, getting big hits for the Cleveland team. And the man on the mound for the Dodgers, the team that has aspirations of winning the World Championship this season, Craig Kimbrel, as he goes down for the count. The Dodger closer blowing the lead. That continues a trend, another disastrous outing for Craig Kimbrel. So let us discuss the question. Do the Dodgers have a Craig Kimbrel problem on the back end of their bullpen? And I am nodding my head yes. No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Nice Guy. I've got neutral, standard issue, and poaching. And we will combine all of these random things together, and that will be the foundation of this Maller monologue. So to lead off, Craig Kimbrel seemed like a good idea at the time. Dodgers got him before the season started. They sent A.J. Pollock to the White Sox. Pollock, who's played well lately, overall has been a stiff with the White Sox. And Kimbrel has been a flop in L.A. The Dodgers thought they had upgraded. They let Kenley Jansen go, didn't make a lot of effort to keep Kenley. We approved of that move. But it turns out this is not an upgrade at the closer position. Craig Kimbrel has been, if anything, a lateral move. Statistically, he has been a downgrade, and the Dodgers continue to be stuck at the back end of their bullpen in neutral, spinning their wheels here. And we all know playoff baseball, much of it is the bullpen. You don't see starting pitchers go 7, 8, 9 innings. Even if they did go 7 or 8 innings, you still got to get those last couple outs in the 9th inning. And you look at Kimbrel, and this guy, you watch him pitch, he looks imposing. Oh, he's imposing on the mound. He's got all the same mannerisms and gyrations that he had back in his salad days with the Braves and the Red Sox. He's got all that, right? He's got, stares down the hitter. He's got the weird posture on the mound. And watching him on the mound, you would say this guy is a conquistador still as a closer, but you should not judge the book by its cover, because in this case, the cover has been absolutely misleading. Like false advertising. Now, the people around the Dodgers are saying, well, there's nothing to worry about here. He's getting nickel and dimed. That it's these little bloop hits. He's not, he's missing pitches out of the strike zone, but that's a problem that can be fixed. It's not like they're going to hit grand salamis off Kimbrel, and he's just been off by a little bit. That's the defense of Craig Kimbrel. In fact, just to prove that I am not making any of this up, we actually have Dave Roberts. Now, Roberts gave a ringing endorsement of Kimbrel, but we have a little taste of that. Here's Dave Roberts commenting on the status of the woebegone Dodger closer.
I think recently I see just some close misses. I see some soft contact. He's just not catching a break. Certainly the walk today wasn't helpful. And then there was a ball that could have been fair or foul that ended up costing us. But, I think, he's close. He's just not, in the strike zone as much as, he'd like to be or we'd like to have him. I liked him in that spot. Yeah. I really did.
Imagine being an employee and being bad at your job and having your boss say, well, he's almost there. He's not actually producing the way we want, but almost there. right, so why is Dave Roberts sticking with Craig Kimbrell? Gave a ringing endorsement. We played the soundbite we played, but later on he said, this is my guy. So this is Dave Roberts' typical position. He is publicly loyal to a fault. Over the years, and we've been doing this for a while, over the years we have seen several Dodger pitchers who have taken a ride on the vomit comet in big spots, and Roberts, his standard issue response, and we already played it, is some version of I really liked him in that spot. It's something along those lines. It is expected, it is customary, regardless, right? When it comes to Craig Kimbrell, the backsliding is so egregious. It's so over-the-top stinkage, you can no longer ignore it. You can't say, I liked him in that spot. No, what's my evidence? Let's go to the numbers. Craig Kimbrell has now, last 12 innings, this guy's been on the mound. Last 12 innings, Kimbrell has allowed 24 base runners, 2 per inning, 10 earned runs in the last 12 innings for the shutdown closer. Again, he's got all the mannerisms, all the gyrations on the mound, but he has sucked at a time you cannot suck. And overall, look at the full body of work. Craig Kimbrell, I always judge closers. How many clean innings do you have? Oh, that's a big thing to me. That means no walks, no hits, no base runners. So Kimbrell has appeared in 22 games in L.A., coming over from the White Sox. He has had a clean inning in less than 14% of his appearances have been a clean inning, meaning no base runners, no walks, no hits, none of that. 3 out of the 22 appearances have resulted in a clean inning. Good afternoon, good evening, and good day. It is much more likely that he's going to give up a hit. In fact, he has given up at least one hit, one or more hits in 77% of his outings. 17 of 22. But wait, there's more. I'm not done. You ready for statistical overload? Craig Kimbrell has allowed an earned run in over 35% of his outings this season. Not an unearned run, an earned run. And that's the guy? That's the guy Dave Roberts is standing by right there? That's the guy?
I liked him in that spot. I really did.
No, nobody liked him in that spot. Now, I have no animosity towards Craig Kimbrell. I don't know him. He doesn't know who the hell I am, but he's not good at his job right now, and this is ridiculous. All right, parting shot. What's the end game for the Dodgers bullpen? I know what Dave Roberts is saying, what the Dodgers are saying, stand by your player and all that. So we've got the micro and the macro. Short term, the Dodgers ought to pivot. They immediately go to Daniel Hudson as the default closer for now. Mix and match. Not just him. You can mix and match. Kimbrell, you have lost your privileges to be the closer. If I'm running the show over there, you lost your privileges. Long game, if you look at the macro, the long game, the Dodgers front office has to fortify the bullpen. They gambled that Kimbrell still had something left. He had been mediocre the last couple of years, and that bet they have lost. They lost the bet, and so now they have to go out and make up for that, and the trade deadline is on August 2nd. So we still have over a month to go before the trade deadline, but you've got to reinforce the back end of that bullpen, or otherwise all these big moves for these players and all the huge payroll, it's going to blow up in your face in the postseason. Guaranteed. So do your scouting, start poaching around some of the bottom-feeding teams, the bad teams around baseball. There are plenty of bad teams. And will the Dodgers go cheap? Will they go out and get a guy like Dave Robertson of the Cubs, who's been around? He's old. He's had a pretty good season for a bad Cubs team. Or do they send a bunch of can't-miss minor league players to somewhere like the Pirates, send the pirate ship, have David Bednar, who's good. He actually blew a game over the weekend, too, on Sunday. Ended up getting the win there against the Giants, but he has been nasty overall, and he's younger, and he's a guy that could be around for a couple of years in the Dodger bullpen. So
no way they trade for another closer. No way.
No, they got to trade for a closer, brother. The Dodgers have to trade.
That's not their MO.
I don't care about their MO. I'm not worried about what you have done. Change your MO. Because I'm sick and tired of watching the Dodgers in the playoffs and have the closer come out there and poop them out. I don't want to see that. I'm tired of that. I've seen that enough.
Don't worry. Dustin May will be there come playoff time to help the bullpen.
Listen, make a trade. They got all these minor league players they've been hyping up every year. This guy, that guy. Trade some of those guys.
I don't know if you've seen their offense lately. I think that needs more help than their bullpen now.
The offense will work itself out.
Max Muncy blows.
Well, they gave him the big contract, though. They gave Max the big contract. Anyway, all right, we'll leave